All right, guys. Good morning. My name is Kenniesparkz with double N, and of course, as you have known, I'm your one and only best host. Yes, your host, your best host. Okay, so thank you very much for staying tuned to Sparks Global, and I want to say we are working so hard to make sure that we get there. We're getting there. It's just a gradual process, and like I did mention to you, we are now having motivations with Kenniesparkz. Like I told you the other time during my podcast, that we will be having guests that we'll be bringing that will use their life experience to inspire you, inspire me, and also every one of us. So today I have a person I've been tracking down for a very long time, a very, very long time. So while we're having a chat now, I told him, I said, it's been over 3 years now. Wow. 3 years that we've been trying to get this person to come and share his life experience and life stories with you. This life story of his is something that touched me, that inspired me, that taught me some things that don't back down. Keep doing whatever thing you're doing. It's definitely going to get better. I mean, if our guest today can get better, you can be so sure that there's always hope for you, for me, and for every one of us. So let's dive into it and enjoy. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and let us just enjoy. Please don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, please do well to ask questions. We are here to answer your questions, all your questions that you can think of. And for those people that have always also asked us to bring guests on specific things, we are working on that. Very soon you will see the answers to your questions shortly. Also, just to let you know that Rejuvenate is coming on board, and that is by the Sensu Queen herself. So she's planning an hangout for married couples. She did mention that if you know that you want to learn, you can also come on board. So definitely you can come and join us. Religion is not barrier. Come and join us. Okay. And also just let you know that Molebi is actually trending. It's one African outfit, one African cap that you cannot just miss out on, and it's just by Tosin Agbaje. Tosin Agbaje is one good guy that I've known over time that is very excellent in what he does. He's an MC, he's a compare, and so please, you can see it on the screen. They're just rolling out. Try and also visit them. A trial will definitely convince you. Now let's get to the whole thing. But before we go, I think I need to say congratulations to BD Vegas on completion of the 90 hours marathon portrait. She did it. I have to be sincere with you. I was also scared. I was really scared. I was wondering, 90 hours. That 90 hours is like 3-4 days non-sleep. I give it to you. Well done. These are things I would love to see. These are things I would love to hear. And of course, it inspires not only you, but also inspires people like us to do more. Thank you very much, and God bless you. So let's dive straight into it. Our guest today is no other person. You hear from me. He will speak to you. Our guest today, I will just in the statements tell you who our guest is. Our guest today is an Egbon to me. Is my elder brother. He is a man that is down to heart, and we are here to learn from his life experience. He's no other person. But roll it out, and let us celebrate Mr. Charles Ayeni. Charles Ayeni. Egbon, it's nice to have you on board today.
Thank you for
Otto Jometa. Killer day you are. You don't want. I know you have been very busy.
It's just been around there.
Yeah, I know definitely you're very, very, very busy. And thank you very much. It means a lot to me and for all the persons that are actually watching us at home to have you on board. But let's get to know you. Who is really Charles Ayeni?
Well, My name is Charles Ayeni, as you know. For some people that knows, or for some close allies, they call me Olanrewaju, Lanre, and all that. So sometimes if you hear the name, you know that it's the same person they're referring to, not just different person.
And some people call you Alaye.
I think with that, when you meet people, like I have something like when I meet somebody, even though I might not pick the names, but there's always something like I just use that as a nickname to give that to them. Like most people that knows me, they know I probably just call them something different from their names.
Of course, yes.
And I think that's just me. It's just a way for me to connect to someone. And I always feel life is just a privilege, in anywhere you find yourself. So I like, just to be around people, make people happy, keep smiling, regardless of who you are, and I think that's just life. Married to my wife, a very beautiful wife, Abiola, and I've got 3 lovely kids.
Wow.
Sophie, Daniel, and Stephanie. And currently, I help my wife in managing our business. At the same time, I'm a project manager and I'm an infrastructure engineer. So that's what I do.
Wow.
The name just say like one big name, but at the end of the day, that's just who I am. So yeah, so it's just kind of like doing 3 in 1 at the same time.
So that's a lot. That's a whole lot. So you help your wife. You are infrastructure manager, project manager, and an also infrastructure engineer.
Correct.
So to say. So that's a lot. So what we want to really drink from. Your wealth of knowledge, that part of your wealth of knowledge I want to drink from, is how you rose. Yeah, I know we were sharing some thoughts some years ago, and while you were talking, you did mention some couple of things that really resonated with we young people that are actually growing up now, in terms of how you started. So. How did you start? How was the start like? Was he all a bed of roses? Was he juicy? I even learned you're from Elisha.
No, I'm from Ijebode.
Ijebode, okay. So you see, all right. So that's good. So how does he all started? From childhood, rising up to being who you are today? Because I definitely know people who actually emulate you. People like us emulate you. So how does it all started?
I grew up in Ibadan at my initial stage of life.
Okay.
Then after that, I moved to Ijebode.
Okay.
Then after then, secondary school, I went to Ogun State University. Now people call it Olabisi Onabanjo, but back in the days, we went to OSU.
Okay.
OAU. After then, the NYSC. But I mean, with me, I would say I think I kind of like being fortunate in life, kind of, because back then I did computer science in uni, and back then the computer science is 5 years course. So, which then means the whole of the 4th year you use it as an industrial training.
Okay.
So when all my mates then, they were going for IT, but the only IT they were looking for is something that actually paid them.
Okay.
Something where you want to work in Guinness, you want to work in oil company and all that. And at that time, the only place I could get myself was just this IT training company.
Okay.
And which then means at the end of the day, even after our IT, because like my manager then, the only thing is kind of somebody that just want to develop you. Right. And he just saw that thing in me. And even I should be doing like an industrial training, but after like 7 months in line, then I started training people.
Oh, wow.
So, and then you train like, we do corporate training. So since my year 4, I've been doing that like 7 months. So when the IT finished, like we completed the IT, meant to go back to year 5 for the final year. Then he just said to me, obviously he wants me to graduate, he wants me to finish up. But he just said to me, if you don't mind, can you be coming for weekend?
Okay, come and be working for him.
Come and be working for him, because I've got like batches of training that I do. That time we used to do Microsoft Certified System Engineer training.
Wow.
So he paid for my certification. I got MCSE that time. And he just said, "Oh, can you just be coming for weekend? I know you're going to be in uni." So since then, so you can imagine all my mates that actually went for all these big companies and all that, they ended up coming to school and they're just doing their normal student life. Why me? I didn't have that student life. My student life is just Monday to Friday. On Friday,
Weekend.
I'm back in Lagos, and just for me to do my training. So, and that was it for me. And even after we graduated, I was waiting for MISC. People were just at home, but me, I didn't have that home time. I've never had it, because after my uni, immediately I already have a job.
You have a job already waiting for you.
Yeah. And that time we still have to wait for NYC like a year before your NYC.
Yeah.
So, and that was it. So I've just started working like since then. And when the NYC came, I was posted to Gombe State. I went for a 3 weeks camping.
Camp, yeah.
Then I did redeployment back to Lagos. Then I just carried on working. And that was it for me. So it's just been like that. So I've never had a situation whereby they say they're looking for job. Or they're doing, I've just never been that. I've never been there. I don't know if that's fortunate or unfortunate, but that's been that position.
Really, that is actually being fortunate, and that is when God directs your path to something. Yeah. When God directs to your path, it actually makes everything very easy for you, and that is the reason why you have not. I want to believe that maybe that time when your other colleagues are okay. Let's ask this question.
Right.
So, how does it feel like when your other friends were getting to do their industrial attachment or industrial training with big companies, and you have to, you have to go to that IT company. How does it feel that time?
That time you feel bad because you just see people saying, "Oh, I'm there," or they're doing this, and like those big companies that time, oil companies, all those big companies, because at the end of the day, you just feel like, oh, you just here not doing anything. Like when people talk, say, "Oh, this is what we do. Our office is like this, we're doing this, we're doing that." So you just feel a bit like, but I think for me, on most cases, I just do my own thing, I just do my own thing to say, well, I believe what I'm doing now, in the next couple of months, years to come, it will definitely come to something.
So just following your intuitions.
Yes, I just follow my self-initiative and all that. So even though when we met that time, we just talk, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." I just said, well, this is what I do. And I think when it was getting to like towards the end of the industrial training, then obviously then reality start catching up to them. Then they were like, "Oh, what did you learn? What have you done?" Because Ogun State University that time, we were doing computer science, but we never touched computer. We don't have one. You understand? We don't have one. We had what they call a computer lab, but there was literally nothing there. There was they had this old COBOL, whatever thing they call it that time. So we don't even go into the room. So it was just a means for us to learn. So like my colleague that time, so after we finished, "Oh, what did you learn? What did you learn?" Then they started talking about, most of them are just doing like clerical work.
Over there.
Some of them are just doing like, okay, just covering the day. Some of them are just like, so when we now get to a stage of, "Oh, what did you learn? What did you do?" Then I just said to them, "Oh, do you guys know I'm Microsoft Certified System Engineer now?" They were like, "What are you talking about?"
Wow.
Because nobody saw that coming. And that time, when you do that MCSC, Microsoft always give us like a little pin where you can put on your shirt.
Okay.
So that was kind of like a easy for me that time to say. So anytime I go into class, I just put that thing on. So I was like, what's going on here? So I think it was in the end, I was actually the one, I was kind of like the star of it. Because nobody, I don't think even that time, none of my colleagues did MCP, talk less of a full MCSE.
Wow. So that is, because obviously one thing is for us as human being, when we have a plan and it doesn't go the way, it doesn't go the way most times. But our plan most times as human being, if you're not in Christ, actually doesn't align with God's plan most times.
True.
And when God tried to just move you according to His plan, you feel so bad. That's the way you actually felt.
Correct.
Because obviously, we just let this just encourage you at times, yeah, that most times when things don't go the way you want it to go, perhaps it's God telling you that this is the plan I have for you. Because at the end of the day, at the end of IT, now, at the end of that IT, now obviously you seem to be backward in the beginning, but at the end of it all, you are actually shining as a star. Because obviously now you now have a job, anyways. You have a job to go back to fall back to at the end of the IT, which is actually very, very fantastic. So let's talk about your transition.
All right.
Let's talk about your transition from Nigeria into the United Kingdom.
Okay.
How was it? What also birthed your plan of moving to the United Kingdom? At what point? Because obviously now you have a job after your NYC. I want to believe you redeployed because of the fact that you have a job already in Lagos.
Yes, correct.
Good. So if you redeployed from Gombe to Lagos and you actually go that one haste, I mean, you were having a job. I want to believe you're doing well at that time.
Yes.
So at what point, what initiated your movement? I mean, you're transitioning from Nigeria into the United Kingdom. And how was it?
I mean, that time, it's a different world now, because UK was not in my plan for a second. Because even as at that time, we have a training company. When you talk about training company in Nigeria at that time, we talk about NIIT, we talk about Aptech, and I think there's one other company now. It's only those three that does training like in Lagos, like a proper IT training. So, and when you are a trainer, you will know yourself. Because from down my company, I just got another job after then to Aptech. And when I got to Aptech, it was just like, I was just starting my own normal training and all that. And even that time, so surprisingly, at that time, I actually had 3 jobs in Lagos.
3 jobs?
Yeah.
So you're doing 3 jobs together?
Yes, correct.
In Lagos?
Yes, correct. I have 3 jobs. Because what happened was, the company which Aptech I was training in, one of the managers moved to another company.
Okay.
Moved to one oil company. And he just came to me and said, "Oh, would you want to join this company?" Then I said, I can't join this company because I still have batches of training that I'm doing. But he just said, you know what you can do is, he will speak to the management to schedule my training for weekend so I can work for him Monday to Friday.
Okay.
So it was kind of like he had to negotiate his way out of it. Because Aptech won't let me go because he said I have batches of training to do.
Okay.
So, and that was it then. Then I had this job that because it's you're doing corporate training.
Okay.
And people that you're training, they're kind of like managers, like top guys within their company. So that they can just walk up to you, like when you have like that link within your team, they can just walk up to you to say, "Oh, Mr. Larry, can we have this offer for you, blah, blah, blah," and all those things. Do you want to do it? So at that time at the Maritala Airport, they're doing like installation of scanners because that time you have what they call the SEPAC. Like we as we emigrate down here now, for everyone that's coming to Nigeria, they also have what they call the, like what we have here, residential permits and all that.
Yeah.
So the immigration then actually subcontract the contract to that company. So they just needed a system engineer to help them manage it. So, and that was the third job. So it was just like one of my students just said, "Oh, they have this contract coming up, please." And I said, "Well, I'm busy. I don't have time for this." And he said, "Okay, don't worry. We'll work with your pace. Just do it."
Wow.
And that was it. So with that, so the 3 jobs, nothing was stressing me. It's not like I was living my normal life. I never had anything like, I had to chase for this and all that.
That definitely is more than normal life. That definitely is more than
it's Monday to Sunday work.
Of course, yeah. But that trading, that is more than a normal, just living a normal life.
Yes, correct.
Of course, compared to a person that is actually struggling.
Correct.
Struggling in terms of struggles. But then having these 3 jobs that you're doing in Lagos.
Yeah.
Lagos.
Correct.
3 jobs in Lagos. Okay, having these 3 jobs in Lagos, at what point do you think? Because you never thought, like what you said, you never thought of UK. It wasn't in your plan before.
Yeah, so just one of my friend in NYC said to me that, oh, do you know we could actually travel to UK, just for, and I said, UK, what for? I had my job. What am I going to be doing? Is there any work there or something? He said, oh, you come in, you just go and study and all that. I said, okay, what am I going to do with my work?
My job, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't even know. It was a struggle for me to go from one company to another. And I already had negotiation to say, well, something in place. I need to, complete my this thing. So he just said, let's just try it. I said, okay, that's fine. Just do it. He actually got all the paper together for me. And I just... then it wasn't this application that you just had to go in. We didn't have to go in. Just package everything, fill your form, go and drop it. Place it in Ikoyi that time, Dropbox. Just drop it, and when it's ready, they probably send you an email to say, come and pick up your passport back and all that. So he made his own application too. Then my application, they just called me to say, come and pick up your passport. So as at that time, because his own outcome came out before mine, and he wasn't granted, they told him to come for an interview. So when he told me that, so me, I was like, okay, they told you to come for an interview. So because he's the one that actually prepared the paper, so me, I didn't even think of anything of my own. So I actually got the passport, then I just dumped it in my car. Immediately I collected, I just put it in the back of the boot. I just drove off. Then I think they gave him like 3 weeks after for him to come for an interview. Then he just said, oh, he's got an interview, so dates and all that. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. He said, have you picked up your passport? I
said, no way in your interview.
I said, I did, but I didn't see any. I didn't even open it because they seal it. So I didn't even open it. I said, but I don't know because they didn't give you. Obviously, they said you should come for an interview. Because if they asked me to come, I'm not going to go because I don't have time. So he then said, oh, you should check it. So I said, okay, don't worry, I'll open it. Then one of the days I go on, I just open it. Then I opened the first page of the passport, which my data page. It was just normal data page. Then I think I flipped through like 2-3 of those leaflet. I didn't see anything. I just put it back. And that was it. Then he went for his interview. He came out. Then they granted him the visa.
Okay.
Then he was like, oh, I forgot to ask you, have you even checked for your passport? I said, yeah, I did check. There was nothing there. I just carry on with my normal life. Then he said, oh, when they refuse you, they usually stamp it and put like a number behind it.
Okay.
And cross it to show that you refuse. If the application is successful, they will put that vignette on it.
Okay.
Then he said, go through the back and see if you have that, that stamp refusal. And they will tell you the reason why they refused you that time. And they just stamp that thing. I don't think they do that now. They don't stamp passports again now. So I checked the back. I said, I didn't see anything. Then he said, can you not check? I said, there's nothing in the front, nothing in the back. Right. Why are you stressing me? Then he said, just flip through it one by one.
Check the middle.
Then I checked them and I said, oh, there's something actually different from my passport. They put something in there with my picture in it. I said, could that be the visa? Because I don't have any plan to travel. I never seen a visa before. I don't know what it is. He said, oh, could that be the visa? Then he said, yeah, that's the visa. Can you send it to me? And because that time, less of camera phone that time. I had this Motorola, flip Motorola that we use. So you can take a picture and just send something. It wasn't even clear. I said, okay. He said, oh, he's coming to meet me on the island. I said, okay, when you here, we see it together. Then he was like, guy, they don't give you the visa out. I said, oh, is this visa? He said, oh, yeah. No, we need to start making plans. Because his own visa is already out. He said, you need to start making plans. Then the trouble started. I was like, what am I going to do with my work? What's going to happen here and there and all that? Then he bought his... In fact, he just said, oh, just buy the ticket and all that. Then I just went in the place in Amadu Bello. I remember that time. Just bought the ticket. And just bought it just to say that at least let me just have something in place. Then I'll find a way to tell my work this is what is happening. And that was it.
Hello, Hello, have you heard about Rejuvenate 2024? No? Come on! Rejuvenate 2024 is an amazing event put together for married couples in the UK, happening in October 11 and the 12th in Dudley. You're going to be hosted in an exclusive hotel where you spend amazing time with the love of your life. If you've not registered, please reach out to me on the number you're seeing in this video. You can send a direct message to me as well, and we are so happy to get you on board. Thank you.